This is a hip loading sequence, but also very important in terms of looking at ankle, the knee, the hip, and the T-spine. So you start from this position here, big step forward, reach, back, reach, back. So you're loading the ankle and the knee. Good. This is a hip loading sequence, looking at not just what happens at the hip, but the knee and ankle as well. We'll examine this T-spine also a little bit. Start in this position, big step, reach and back, reach, back. Then we rotate up into your T-spine. Don't let your knee flare out this way, loading your hip, back down. Swap sides, big step, reach, shift back, reach, shift back, rotate up. And let's do a few cycles of those. Reach, reach, rotate up, back down, swap sides. Reach, and then rotate up, down, back, swap sides. Reach, back, rotate up, down, and swap. Last one on the left. Reach, back, reach, and then rotate up, back down. That loads the T-spine. Now we're going to take the foot out at a little bit of an angle, so not necessarily square, but maybe at a 45-degree angle. Make sure you match up the angle of the femur or the thigh with the foot. Weight shift, forward and back. So we're getting ankle mobility and also activating or engaging your adductors, muscles that pull your thighs together. Weight shift. Good. Then back. We're going to swap sides. 45-degree angle, weight shift. Back. We're trying to keep the heel down as we weight shift over the foot, keeping the thigh in line with the foot. Good. Now if we did a kind of full-on view, I'll be here, I'll weight shift and come back. That's what we're looking for, keeping the heel down, allowing us to express a little bit more mobility. Good. Then we're going to square up. Out to the side. So I'm looking for a 90-degree angle if I could from here. All right, so opening up the hip, my foot's in line with my thigh. I'm going to weight shift. But what I can do here is pull down and up. So I'm adding what we call a PNF, all right? So proprioceptive neurofacilitation. I'm adding that to the movement. Still heel down and I'm weight shifting. I'm figuring out where I need to get my weight over my foot. And then back, good. Now I'm going to swap sides, open up the hip again. If we can't get all the way out here, let's say I can only get this far. That's fine, but I want my thigh in line with my foot. So again, I'm going to shift, okay? So pull and up, pull and reach, loading ankle, the knee's getting some load, but I'm also challenging my adductors or my adductors. That's your loading sequence. Good, back, here, perfect. Now you can square up and shift this with back tight, okay? And you can do this at a couple angles. Square, 45, we work out this way, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna start square, all right? I don't wanna be way outside of my hip or my shoulder width, and I want my foot, my knee to really kind of drive forward. So I'm gonna drive forward, rotate my chest, and back. Rotate, forward, rotate, back, rotate, forward, rotate, back, rotate, forward, rotate, back, rotate. So as I shift back, I'm not moving too far back to where I'm hyperextended. I'm just shifting back where I'm over my hip. All right, swap sides, step. Again, I'm tight, forward, rotate, back, rotate, forward, rotate, back, rotate, forward, rotate, back, turn, forward, back, rotate here, forward, rotate, back, rotate. Another thing I kind of failed to mention is when I shift back, I have my foot in what we call more of a dorsiflex position, so I have my toes under me. When I shift back, I'm engaging this ankle as well, engaging the front of my hip. So just good sequence here in terms of looking at your mobility, your loading, foot, ankle, knee, hip, little T-spine. Now, this is another piece here if we want to kind of look at hip mobility a bit, is to take the foot out wide, weight shift back and forward, weight shift back and forward. Good, so I'm using my hands, my knees, and my feet to really engage. All right, everything is connected. And last one, back to the center, here. Swap sides, okay? Good, so I'm using my hands, pressing through the ground, using my foot on the left side, pressing into the ground, using my knee and my foot on the right side, and doing the same thing. So I'm really engaged here, all right? Now, kind of take this sequence here, tie it all together. Hover, rock back. All right, so your knees are working out, rock back. You can find the bottom here of your squat, okay? If you need that ankle mobility here, good. Now, what you're gonna do is unlock your hips. Work. And now, let's say I'm gonna do this on purpose, not let my feet hit the ground or my heels hit the ground. I can weight shift side to side. That gives me some mobility through my ankle, all right? Then I'm back here, walk back into the deep squat, and up, back down. That's a great sequence here just to examine what's happening in the hip. If you want a little bit more variety, come back through this position. You can either do this lying on your back. So we'll start here, take my hands up over my head. I'm gonna allow my hip to work. And if you notice, I can figure out, I have my feet wide enough so I can figure out where my limitations are. I can take my hands down to the side if this is too stressful on my shoulder, okay? And then I come up, prop myself here, and I'm gonna work to figure out what my hip is allowing me to do and what it's not allowing me to do. Then I add some rotation. I can rotate this way and then just let my legs lead as I rotate around. And rotate around. So, good sequence here just to figure out what's happening with the hip. Load your foot and ankle complex, which is your steering wheel. Work through your knee, engage your T-spine, not only for rotation, but also extension.